I'm not gonna bury another Wayne, bury another Batman. I
won't even attempt.
I won't put another Wayne in the ground. I'll never forget in the first one he goes, all those bloody push-ups and you can't even lift a log. I love that line.
He's about to burn to death and you're just like, time to roast you.
And even Christian Bale gives him a look like what the fuck?
Not the time, Alfred.
Yeah.
He's like, trying to blow out the flames. Not the time, Alfred.
Not the time. I love
roast
that.
me later.
It's a good moment.
Roast me later.
But
before the fire.
Before
literally
the fire.
Roast me.
Literally roast me, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 38 of Straight to Series. My name is Connor.
And I'm Ian.
And welcome to the
Straight to Series
podcast. Hooray! Candle applause, candle applause, candle laughter. Yeah, guys, it's good to be back. We've been gone a regular amount of time this time.
Yeah, and this is episode 38.
38. We're nearing our midlife crisis, I think.
Getting very close. I feel it. I feel it.
Me too. It's going to turn into a sports podcast by then.
Oh, we're going to get motorcycles.
Yeah.
We'll be sitting on motorcycles talking. That'd be so badass.
Yeah, I'm going to start going bald, so I'm just going to shave my head completely.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
just commit to it.
Going to be a new look. I've gotten rid of my beard, but that was due to personal accident as opposed to a style choice.
Oh man, I'd be an A&E if I shaved off my beard by accident.
I can imagine. It was traumatic enough, and my beard is pathetic.
But I'd love, if I did shave it by accident and I started with the side, I'd keep the mustache for a day.
Yeah.
Just to be a baller for a day.
I was tempted because my mustache and goatee bit, as I like to call it, is still longer. So I deliberately left it longer to try and draw attention away from my fat face whenever I shave everything off. But
it's not working.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
No.
As commenters have pointed out, that I'm slowly getting fatter and fatter as I saw that comment.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Harsh words indeed.
Holster that weapon
from the
Jesus.
audience. Am I right? You know who you are. I shaved right down the middle. Couldn't do anything about it at that stage.
Then you guys just have to commit.
You just have to commit to it. I'm glad it all didn't come off. Anyway, what are we meant to talk about in this show?
Movies.
Oh, movies. And we start with
box office. We'll take a stroll down box office lane.
Yes, let's do that. Oh man, you know how you were saying beforehand you were writing the wrong things in here? I wrote Sonic trailer for the box office thing.
Sonic trailer.
Yeah.
Well, what was the one I wrote for the French Dispatch?
Yeah.
I did the Frenchman.
The Frenchman. Now we have to talk about the French Dispatch.
And Mission Impossible Tokyo was supposed to be Italy. Because we were watching clips of The Dark Knight when he's in Tokyo. And I'm just like, Tokyo. I can't separate my mind from what I'm seeing.
Neither can I. I was thinking about
Tokyo.
I was thinking about what trailers we have to talk about while I was writing the box office thing.
Sonic trailer.
Oh, it has Gangster's Paradise in it, and he runs and he looks ugly. Remember?
That was the original one.
Yeah, remember when we talked about that? That was a long time ago.
Hey, speaking of Sonic, people seem to get over that trailer really quickly because it just experienced the #1 spot again in its second weekend. And now it has no stiff competition.
Not really. The Call of the Wild came out and came close.
It's doing okay.
It's doing okay.
Critically and financially. Mm-hmm. And if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, check out the trailer. Yeah. It looks dreadful, but critics seem to think it's kind of okay.
It's fine. It's passable. Harrison Ford seems to like it for some strange reason.
That looks like the movie where I would imagine Harrison Ford would be like, get that out of my face.
I don't want to. Why would I want to do a dog movie? Why would I want to do that?
And then we found out with interviews that it's a man in a motion capture suit and he's just petting this guy.
Yeah, Harrison Ford was petting
his
man.
belly.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
It has to be Sean Gunn.
Whenever an animal is being played by motion capture guys,
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn. Let's get Sean Gunn in. He'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Andy Serkis, he's on a different level now.
Andy Serkis. Oh, I watched...
if it's not Gollum or an ape... or King Kong. I'm not doing it.
I'm not. Andy Serkis does exclusively apes. That's it. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
You need an ape, you call Andy Serkis. You need any other animal.
You need a Gollum.
You need a Gollum, Andy Serkis. You need any other animal, Sean Gunn's your man.
Yeah. Even like a butterfly.
Yeah, he'll do it.
I'll flap for you. I'll fucking flap for you, bro.
I like Sean Gunn. I don't mean
I like him too. Yeah, I know. I actually really like him. And he's also really good. What's his name?
Kraglin. I'll never forget.
He's going to be the new Yondu.
Yeah, I love it. And he was in the final fight, and he had the spoilers for Avengers Endgame. Not that anyone didn't see that, but yeah, he had the.
Everyone's seen that.
Everyone's seen
it. Nearly
that.
made $3 billion.
Yeah.
Many people seen it twice.
I saw a thing, and it was.
I saw a thing as well.
Oh my god! Did we see the same thing?
Maybe we did.
Okay,
please elaborate.
I'll tell you my thing. You tell me your thing afterwards. I saw a Batman skit, and it was like, Alfred, I need a bat psych, and it was like, yes, Master, I'll bring you the bats, and it was Gollum, and he was like, driving bike to Master, and it's just something like that, because Andy Serkis is obviously going to be Alfred. So.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was only telling you that I said to my mate, we were talking about Andy Serkis directing Venom 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, which one would you prefer Andy Serkis to spend more time on?
Oh, yeah.
Playing Alfred in The Batman, which is a very small supporting role, or directing Venom 2? And he was like, Alfred playing Batman.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I agree as well.
I want him to knock it out of the park as Alfred, and I want him to be like on set all the time, because I feel like
he looks like an Alfred that could throw down if he needs to.
Yeah, which is what I like. Jeremy Irons kind of looked like that.
Yeah,
but not...
Michael Caine was so old. He looked like the guy that would still charm the pants off you, though.
Yeah.
He still has that English suave look about him.
But he was Sadfred. Alfred. I'm not gonna bury another Wayne. Bury another Batman. I won't put another Wayne in the ground. I'll never forget in the first one he goes, all those bloody push-ups and you can't even lift a log. I love that line.
He's about to burn to death, and you're just like, time to roast you.
And even Christian Bale gives him a look like what the fuck?
Not the time, Alfred.
Yeah.
He's like, trying to blow out the flames. Not the time, Alfred.
Not the time. I love
roast
that.
me later.
It's a good moment.
Roast me later.
But
before the fire, roast me.
Literally roast me, yeah. But yeah, so Sonic the Hedgehog, top of the box office, Call of the Wild, close second.
Yeah, close second. So over the weekend, Sonic came in first again, and now it's on 217 million, and it's going into its third weekend where it looks like it's going to be knocked off first place by The Invisible Man.
Yes, The Invisible Man, which is, if we're talking about Call of the Wild getting a strangely positive reception, The Invisible Man is doing amazingly.
It's on 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's got over 100 reviews. So, like, it's vindicated. Like, it's a good movie.
Yeah. And for a movie that's
certified fresh.
Certified fresh, Rotten Tomatoes. And for a movie that the two of us were shitting over on the first trailer, where we were like, the first trailer goes from good to terrible.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are loving the domestic violence side of it.
Oh, okay.
They're saying like it's actually done really well, which is great. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. I mean, me too.
Because that's where we were like,
it seems a bit kitschy in the trailer.
It does seem a bit kitschy. It seems like almost too on the nose.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. But hey, if they pull it off, well, then I'm happy. You know?
I mean, in the trailer, it's like, this guy is an abusive husband, but not like a normal abusive husband. He's been like kicking her in the stomach every night.
He's so abusive. He created a machine to make him invisible. He could have sold that for a lot of money.
I know.
But instead, he faked his own suicide, made a machine to make him invisible, so he could just fuck with her for eternity.
So he could abuse his wife for eternity. If that's not...
They're all laughing at you. They think you're crazy.
They think you're crazy. And I
think you're crazy.
I also love that...
I'm wanking in the corner.
I was going to say...
Would his spunk be invisible as well? I need to know these things.
Does discharge count as, like... If he bleeds, like, would you see it as his blood, or is it his skin that's invisible? You know what I mean?
Maybe we'll get these questions answered.
These are questions we'll find out. I know in Hollow Man, his skin was what was invisible.
Yes, it was.
And therefore, if you burned
his creepiness was not invisible. In fact, you could. That was very visible.
Very visible. Kevin Bacon putting in an excellent creep performance in that movie. Oh my
god! All I can remember of that is the invisible hand cupping the boob, and it got my motors humming at the time. I was a kid and I was like, I like this scene. I want to be invisible and creep on women.
I just like the plastic Kevin Bacon when they have the lips as well. And up the cock like that. But he enunciates perfectly because there's obviously ADR.
Maybe we should watch that movie. Oh, no, actually we can't. Because Invisible Man's like out today.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I don't know if I really want to watch it. I want to watch that scene again.
I tell you what, you go and see Invisible Man in the theaters and I'll watch Hollow Man.
And then we'll compare. That's great. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
into that.
Me too.
But sorry, what I was going to say is Invisible Man, The Invisible Man looks like that's going to be number one this weekend, and the projections are healthy. They're saying over 25 million upwards, and I think what's it? The Box Office Mojo estimate at 28 million.
Okay.
In America. Over its first weekend, it cost $7 million to make.
So that's already profitable.
That's 4 times its production budget.
Yeah.
And that's just in America, and that's just the weekend projection.
And Universal, this is how you set up your monster movie thing.
We should say, I know we're doing box office, but we should say that this film is coming from an absolute blunder.
Yeah.
Like, Universal did The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And Jake Johnson.
And your one from Peaky Blinders, can't remember her name.
Oh, and Sophia
Bocelli.
I want to say.
She's Giselle in Kingsman.
Yeah, she's
Knife Legs.
Yeah. Scissor Legs or whatever you'd call her.
And they fumbled that ball.
Oh my god! And like, what a charisma sandwich! Like having Jake Johnson in there. Yeah. Russell Crowe's in there.
Playing Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, an excellently cast role.
Yeah, and Jesus Christ, did he eat the burgers for that role? He was huge in it.
He was huge.
And not buff.
And also, I've watched that movie now, and Russell Crowe is the only one having a bit of fun.
He is having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if anyone can remember the picture where... Johnny Depp was the Invisible Man, by the way.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be the Invisible Man.
I don't even know the name of the actor for the Invisible Man in this, which is probably how it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Elizabeth Moss is the main character.
She's the main character.
The person getting tormented by the Invisible Man.
But
unlike Kevin Bacon in The Hollow Man, where you're like, all right, so the star is invisible.
Is the invisible guy.
So weird.
Then again, Kevin Bacon, he's got a great voice.
He does, but like it's just so weird that so he's the main character, and then he probably spent most of his time just in the studio going, ugh, boobies.
Yeah, and Josh Brolin's there as well.
I don't even remember him in there.
Josh
I know
Brolin.
Kim Dickens is the one who gets sexually assaulted.
Yeah, well, most women in that movie get sexually assaulted by Kevin Bacon. But yeah, I mean, they had that photo for the Dark Universe, prepare for the Dark Universe, and they weren't all even in the same room for the picture.
It was weird. Oh, who was going to be? It was a Frankenstein that...
Frankenstein was...
Javier Bardem?
He
was, wasn't he?
We shouldn't say Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster was going to be Javier Bardem,
yes,
obviously.
Yes.
And Johnny Depp, Invisible Man. The Wolfman was... Or was that even there?
I don't know, but I know Tom Cruise was in there as the guy who fights the mummy. I don't know. He's Tom Cruise. So.
And sorry, he is the mummy. He's a good mummy at the end of the Mummy.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
And Jake Johnson's alive again, which I'm not okay. I'm not complaining.
If there's a sequel, hey, he's in it.
Yeah. I like Jake Johnson. So
yeah, that whole plan went out the window because it was shockingly bad. Do you think, you remember the anti-gravity scene where the plane's falling? Do you think that was for a Mission Impossible movie? Because supposedly, like, Tom Cruise was like, this is my request if I do this movie. I've been thinking of this scene and I want it in the movie.
That, and also apparently he was heavily involved in the script and he increased his role.
And supposedly they're some of the bad parts of the movie.
Yeah, and he decreased Sophia Bocelli's mummy character so she doesn't get as much. You remember in the original Mummy, like Imhotep, he was kind of... You got to know him as a character a bit more. Yeah. Well, they decreased Sophia's, like, her character stuff. And that's...
See, the problem is when you have Tom Cruise in the movie, you're going to just, like... The movie orbits around Tom Cruise. And I understand that.
If you don't write the movie around it, like, if you don't originally write the movie around Tom Cruise being in it, it's not going to be a successful movie.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, so you need a plan for it.
Yeah, you can't change that later. It's not something you can change later.
Yeah, exactly. Like, while the movie's being made, they're like, oh, let's change this and that. Unless you're Christopher McQuarrie and making a Mission Impossible movie, because he can do that. And
he can do that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But to go from good box office news to bad box office news, Birds of Prey not doing so well.
It's on 177 million. I think it's time to say it's a failure. Like, it's a complete failure. I've seen some people on Twitter, like box office and analysts, saying like, oh, but it was never going to be like knock it out of the park. It's never going to be like a Deadpool or whatever. But
why not?
Still, like, but even if you like, right, what would be an adequate number? 400 million.
Yeah,
it hasn't made 200 million yet.
Yeah,
like if it does get a release date in China, and it's probably going to be the end of the year because the coronavirus has everything shut down over there. Yeah, including all the theaters.
Again, we have more news about that later.
Yeah. But if it does come out and it knocks it out of the park, like the best I say could do is maybe touch 400 million, but I don't think there's any case that it's going to make over 100 million in China. So it's a failure. It's kind of crazy to think that it did worse than Shazam.
Yeah, it did worse than Shazam, and you made a good point. Like, if I had asked you what do you think is going to do better in February, Bad Boys 2 or Bad Boys 3 or Birds of Prey, you would have been like...
I would have given Birds of Prey the edge.
Yeah.
Just because DC just made an Aquaman movie that made $1 billion.
Made $1 billion. It's a comic book movie.
I feel like they still don't know how to pull that off.
No.
China.
Yeah.
Thanks, China. Before Aquaman 2 comes out, DC need to cure the coronavirus.
Yeah, they really do.
They seriously need to funnel some money into curing it.
It's just so they can make that Aquaman money. You
dollar
know
bills,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get that Aquaman money. But unfortunately, Birds of Prey is not doing so well, and it's probably coming to its end, like its cinema run end.
Well, that won't be for a while necessarily, but it won't be making significant funds.
Yeah.
And also, if The Invisible Man is as popular as like people are projecting,
keep going down.
It's just going to shoot it down even further down the ranks, you know. So now I don't know if it came out in all territories yet, but it's come out in the majority of the world. So.
And again, it's a confusing one for DC because we know these people don't process box office information very well. Yeah. So they're going to be like, Birds of Prey, good movie, not make much money.
And Joker, R-rated, good movie, make money. Birds of Prey, good movie, R-rated, not make good money.
Not make good money.
Aquaman 2 need to be made.
Aquaman 2 now. Cure coronavirus now. Yeah. DC not good at processing the information given to them. So. Make Batman have Q-tip gauntlets.
Yes. Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well.
That's a whole section. That's a whole podcast.
I love the idea of DC being cavemen. And Marvel is being run by Kevin Feige, who's like,
just genius.
Fucking sees the Matrix.
He's got, exactly. He's got box office analysis. Yeah. He's got receipts everywhere. He's like analyzing it all.
He's like, okay, well, that didn't do so well here, but that's because of this character and blah, blah, blah. So he knows exactly why. Yeah. Has the breakdown, whereas DC is just over there trying to make fire in its cave.
Yeah,
you know?
I see like a team of scientists analysing everything in Marvel, and then I just see like a bunch of monkeys going, flipping out.
It's Mr. Burns when he's trying to write the next great American novel.
That's literally what I was seeing in my head.
Yeah, and then he picks up the monkey and he goes, "It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times," and he starts beating the monkey.
That's DC.
Yeah, that's DC. Love it. But well, I don't love it. DC's my favorite franchise and it's fucked, but
comic book franchise,
I should say. But so we're gonna move off the box office news now. That was a good box office segment.
I think it was actually. It was nice. I like that we got into the projections for The Invisible Man, so I'm very intrigued.
I'm very intrigued too,
because I read that some of the projections are higher than 30 million,
which is impressive.
That would be extremely impressive.
I don't know what's all this hype for The Invisible Man for. Again,
it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I watched the trailer and I was like, I'm not that impressed with this movie.
No, I didn't hate the trailer either. I was like, and I love Elizabeth Moss. That's the thing. And she just knocked it out of the park in Us.
Yeah.
Another horror movie.
Yeah.
Blumhouse as well was behind that.
Yes, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm intrigued in that.
But anyway, this is a good start to their monster movie franchise now.
Exactly.
Just make low budget solo films and then you can bring them all together at the end when they're a bit more well established. Don't give us an origin room like the Sinister Six in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know.
Where they're just like fast forward. We want to make it's like Batman versus Superman and then Justice League. They're like, we don't want to put the groundwork in. $1 billion. Give me $1 billion.
Yeah. Look, I'm doing what you like. Give me billion.
Yeah.
Now.
Marvel did that.
Give
me billion.
Look, Marvel did that. We do it faster. $1 billion, please.
Thank you.
They took too slow. $1 billion.
They took too slow.
All right, we're gonna move on to reviews. But okay, so hang on, just to establish our headcanon for this. Disney and Marvel, they're intelligent scientists. DC cavemen, Universal toddlers.
Yeah, exactly.
Universal toddlers.
Well, now Universal have kind of decided The Mummy cost $200 million to make.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man cost $7 million to make.
$7 million, yes.
Isn't that? It's just crazy.
Yeah. Look, it's again.
Take that movie, okay, with Elizabeth Moss. Mm-hmm. Put Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man. And all of a sudden, it's $200 million.
I was going to say the movie's
the wine budget alone would be $100 million.
Oh, yeah, man. The iPhone.
The security to keep Amber Heard offset would be $50 million. The
iPhone insurance on that movie would be a lot alone.
Through the roof. I like how your head was going to the same place.
A lot of them being thrown around that set. Johnny Depp.
Fucking bird will fly over. He's like iPhone PTSD.
Yeah, Johnny Depp famously throws his iPhone into every room.
He only uses Samsung from now.
Oh yeah,
from now on.
Yeah, exactly. Their screens fucking crack too easily. Don't get me started on that. I had a mishap with my phone recently. I don't want to get into it. I will get into it.
You really want to
I will get into it. No, I won't. All right, so should we move on to reviews?
Reviews.
We don't really have any new movies or TV show reviews, but
I watched.
Oh, actually, you watched Hunters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to do that before James?
Yeah,
Bond?
we'll do it quickly before.
Yeah.
Because James Bond always takes forever.
It does.
Yeah.
Diamonds are forever.
Hey.
Oh my god, that was brutal.
We're not recording that.
Moving right along.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched Hunters.
Yes.
Logan Lerman's new TV show.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino is in a TV series.
Jordan Peele produced.
Yeah. Executively produced.
Enchanté.
And yet you'd swear he created it. Yeah. He's the showrunner. He wrote the thing because it's just plastered.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah. Executive producer.
Yeah.
He probably had nothing to do with it. He was probably like, hey, Al Pacino would be good in it.
Yeah, that's it. That's about as executive as it gets.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I can't believe that Al Pacino's in a TV series at the age of 79? The ripe age of 79.
Ripe old age.
Coming off an Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
What I like about this show is before I even watched it, I go, Al Pacino doesn't need this.
No.
So maybe it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, why is he doing it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it's good. Well, he didn't need to do Jack and Jill, or did he?
Maybe he did at the time.
Maybe he did at the time.
Know.
Yeah.
I don't know. No one else needed him to do that, though.
No one else wanted him.
Yeah.
Everyone advised him not to, but he still did it.
I still pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah. I still sometimes watch the commercial he does in that every now and again, just to remind me that Al Pacino... He did that. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
But The Irishman would be a great palate cleanser.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah.
Hunters
is good. I watched the first episode. First episode's an hour and 30 minutes long, so it's like a movie.
It's an investment to watch that first episode.
And it's a 10-episode season, so I thought it'd be an 8-episode season when I seen an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This is the way I calculate it. I'm like, well, clearly then it has to be a shorter season. But I really enjoyed it. It's about Nazi hunters in the 1970s in New York.
It's available on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it, but at the same time, it's a bit confusing to watch.
Okay.
Because it's about Nazi hunters, and a lot of them are Holocaust survivors. So you'd expect it to be really gritty and down to earth, but it's kind of like sort of bombastic, Hollywood stylish. Like even the dialogue is very stylish. It's almost glamorous in a way. So that's a bit odd. It's you know, because the subject matter is so serious. Like, is there a more serious subject matter?
I don't know, man. It depends on people, but I feel like the Holocaust is always a go-to. We're going to make a serious thing about this.
Win Emmys now?
Yeah, well, maybe potentially. It's only on 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is
odd.
Yeah,
and I can kind of concur though to a degree. Like, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was very confused.
It might be off-putting to some people.
It is to me. I was kind of like, whoa, this is very Hollywood. It's very stylish, and it's about Holocaust survivors.
Even in X-Men, Magneto is a Holocaust survivor, and they take that shit very seriously.
That's a great scene.
In an X-Men movie.
A heavy scene.
Every scene in a concentration camp with Magneto is arguably some of the best scenes in any X-Men movie.
Even First Class. X-Men First Class.
Moves a coin.
Oh my God, that's an intense scene.
Moves a coin.
Is it his mother that he shoots in that scene?
Yeah, he says, I'm going to count to 3, and if you can't move this coin, I'm going to shoot your mother.
And it's the Hollow Man.
Yeah. Yes, it's Hollow Man, Kevin Bacon. It comes full circle.
Dirty fucker, isn't he? He's a horrible person.
And then Michael Fassbender's Irish accent comes through at the end.
A little bit.
I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to put this coin through your head. No, it's not that bad, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I would say give Hunters a go. I enjoyed it, but I did have to get over that element at first, because right at the get-go you're like, whoa, this is different than I expected. It's a little bit more glamorous than I expected.
Okay.
And
but that was a deliberate choice by the creator, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got in trouble by the Auschwitz Memorial team, I want to say. Maybe they're the group that like do the tours and things like that. Of
keep the concentration camps, keep the, I don't know, organize
the tours and things like that, and just keeping the memory alive, I'd say, and educating people, because there's a lot of people who still dismiss it as if it didn't happen.
Yeah, Holocaust didn't happen.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? It's all fake.
Yeah, that's it's crazy. It's crazy that people out there actually.
Yeah.
Do they even believe it?
No, it's a real thing. Yeah, Holocaust deniers are a real thing. Yeah, unfortunately,
flat earthers, they probably hang out together.
Flat earthers, Holocaust deniers, I kind of put them in the same boat. Although I would
Snyder cut.
Yeah. I would argue Holocaust deniers though are a bit worse than flat earthers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But anyway, they got angry at the show, and it's in the first episode that the moment that they got angry at, the scene that they got angry at, where it was fictional, completely fictional, and it's a flashback to a concentration camp. And right, this is like the slightest spoiler because it's a flashback, so it's not actually pivotal to the story at all. So don't tune out. But there's just a human chess game, and that's what they flash back to. Supposedly that never happened. And here's the problem, and that I totally understand where they come from. The chess game is like a German against a Jewish man,
right?
And the chess game is all Holocaust, not even survivors, victims.
Okay.
And they're facing each other. But if someone takes the other person, if a pawn takes another pawn, they have to kill them.
Right.
So in other words, the people from Auschwitz, the Auschwitz Memorial Group or whatever, was saying you're showing Jewish people killing Jewish people.
Jew on Jew violence kind of thing.
In a concentration camp, in a totally fictional scene.
Yeah.
Now, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's... Because when I watched it, I went, oh shit, did that happen?
Yeah.
I watched it with my girlfriend, we were like, whoa, did that happen?
Yeah.
Because it's very cinematic. You can just imagine, like...
Yeah.
It looks great, you know, because you do like an overhead scene, so it looks really like a chessboard.
Actually, we shouldn't say it wasn't just Jewish people in the concentration camps. People always get annoyed about that, but it was like homosexual people, and it was Romani, so gypsy people.
So
and
in
things
other words,
like that.
anyone who didn't fit into
master
race formula.
Yeah, a lesser race would go in there, or people with defects or something.
He's doing quotation marks for anyone who's listening. By the way,
yes, quotation marks.
Lots of people are.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that we're an audio thing.
Yeah.
Just the quotation marks on those things. I don't agree. I'm just saying. I just want for representation's sake.
Because people would be like listening to it going, "Jeez, he's a small-minded prick."
That's a
You're like, what? I was doing quotation marks. Could you not hear the quotation marks?
I bet he really liked those chess games, didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
It's his favourite scene.
Yeah, but we shouldn't say it's not just Jew on Jew violence and everything. It's
good save, actually.
Yeah, because
and I saved you with the quotation marks.
You saved me with the quotation marks. It was a saving of each other. We're like, who saved each other in a...
Well, we're like that safety net that saves Jaws.
Yes, exactly. The audience, you mean?
No, the safety net in the circus.
Oh, in the circus, yeah.
At the start of Moonraker.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But
all
back
I wanted,
to this.
I wanted to say is then the writer and creator of Hunters kind of had a good reply, which I see, of course I see both sides, but he was saying that his grandmother was a Holocaust survivor, and he was making the point that he never wanted to depict full real scenes because he felt like that was disrespectful to people, because you'd never get it right.
No.
And also you're kind of like selling their pain in a way.
Yeah.
And riding on that pain, you know?
Yeah.
And he was saying, I thought this was a kind of a beautiful little detail. He was saying that the numbers that are tattooed on the arms of any of the actors in the show that are Holocaust survivors, none of them are real numbers. They're actually higher than any recorded number in real life.
Right.
So they don't... no actor in the show has a tattoo of the same number of anyone who really lived through this.
Of a real person.
Or didn't live through it either.
Yes, yeah.
And I thought that was a nice detail.
I think that's a really nice detail. It's a lot
something I never would have known.
No, me neither. And it's a lot of attention to detail as well.
But I totally understand the other point as well. It's like, hey, you're showing something that's totally fiction, and people like myself maybe who was like, okay, that really happened.
That must have really happened. Yeah,
I would have thought that, because I would have thought he would try to be respectful and depict what really happened. But then what he's saying makes sense as well. It's like, I never wanted to depict a 100% real scene that really happened, because they're real people that went through it.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, I see both sides. I don't disagree entirely with either of them, as you pointed out.
Yeah, sensitivity is key when it comes to like a fictional like show about. Yes.
There's no need to be sensitive about everything.
No.
Certain things, yes, you should be sensitive about, like the Holocaust.
Like the Holocaust.
Yeah, for example. I'd agree with that. Yeah. It's all right to be sensitive sometimes.
Yeah.
Not for a lot of things, though.
No, not for a lot of things. Like, they're the things that you should be sensitive about.
Those are the things where we should be having a conversation about how they're treated as opposed to, I don't know, some shit. I don't even want to think about it now.
Yeah, hashtag triggered over fucking anything.
Oh, anything these days. Right, we should move on.
Right along. But either way, I actually enjoyed it.
I'm going to watch it.
Didn't love it, but enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next episode.
After I watch Hollow Man, I'm going to watch Hunters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better than Hollow Man. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Or at least hopefully you find it better.
I may really enjoy Hollow Man, though.
Oh, wait. One thing, though, I want to add is Logan Lerman. This is Percy Jackson.
Yes.
If anyone doesn't know who Logan Lerman is.
Handsome boy.
He is a handsome boy, but he's not, like, mega famous either.
No.
And
he's in Fury.
He's in Fury. I was fucking about to say that, yes.
Yeah.
He's that weak fucking guy in weak sauce.
Who survives.
Yeah, he does. Shia LaBeouf, mad cunt next to him.
Oh, man.
I'll cut my own face.
I'll cut my face.
I'm cutting it.
I'm cutting it. The director's like, you don't need to do that. It's too late.
Too late. I already did it.
Cut it already.
It's scarred. It's there.
Yeah, it's still there. And he's like, I'm going to do it tomorrow as well. And by the end of the shoot, I bet the director was, okay, Shia, whatever.
He's so method. There's probably more scars that you don't see that he knows about.
Yeah.
And that helps his character.
His character was circumcised. He did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DIY job.
Yeah,
never been the same since.
Yeah. That's what sent him really over the deep end. He's only just recovering from it now.
Brad Pitt's a handsome boy now.
Oh, his hair.
I was thinking his hair as well. Like, he pulls that off.
He's a handsome man.
He could pull me off.
Yeah, he could have pulled me off. Oh, when he kills that German at the beginning, I'm like, you look sexy killing that German man. You murdered that dude and it was sexy.
It was sexy.
Yeah. Anyway,
speaking of like a movie that's not true to
historical
real life,
yeah.
It's not historically accurate. But anyway, what I was just gonna say about Logan Lerman is he loved working with Al Pacino, and I read an interview where he was like, don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Al Pacino is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just lovely to hear.
Yeah, it's great to hear stuff like that. Again, like the idea of working with Al Pacino as an actor has to be like a mind-blowing thing.
Yeah.
Especially for a young actor.
Oh, big time. And he actually says, he goes, I thought about this and went, do you know what? If this TV series is terrible, it doesn't matter because I spent a year with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
That's what he thought. But going into it, he was like, I get to spend a year with one of my heroes.
Yeah.
So, hey, if it's a piece of shit, I still got to learn from this guy.
It's got to be like working on a Marvel movie. It's like, okay, maybe my movie isn't going to be great, but eventually I'm going to be in an Avengers movie and I'm going to be with Robert Downey Jr. and all these other people, you know?
And hopefully I get the rub.
Yeah.
And then I'm in other stuff as well.
I'm in other stuff and then people like me and like, I don't know, sometimes it's worth doing these bad projects to form friendships. For like Lively and Ryan Reynolds, they were both in Green Lantern together and now they're married with kids and everything, you know?
Yeah, it's mad.
You never know what will happen. Anyway, we're going to move on to the big reviews. Moonraker.
Woo!
And For Your Eyes Only. Boo. We'll start with Moonraker because we've very positive things to say about this movie.
Oh my god, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
It doesn't try to be anything but fun.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't ask you to take it seriously.
And you want to go to space?
Yeah.
Bond in space?
Bond in space? Let's do Bond in space. Hey,
Jaws in space?
You know what's big?
Bond and Jaws in space?
Bond and Jaws in space? That sounds good to me. Sounds
movie
like
boner.
Box office gold.
And is the most successful Roger Moore James Bond movie.
Surprised. You know what was successful at the time? Star Wars. What are we going to do? Put Bond in space.
Bond in space.
Yeah.
So originally they were, I think the next movie, what was it? It was The Spy Who Loved Me, right?
And then the next movie was...
And in the credits it says you'll see Bond next, or Bond will return.
That's what it is.
In For Your Eyes Only. And then...
Moonraker.
Star Wars made a shitload of money and they were like, forget that, move that to the side.
Yeah.
We're going to space. We're
going to space with Moonraker, and
it worked. It made a ton of money.
It made a ton of money. I was having a wonderful time throughout this whole movie. By no stretch is it the best written Bond movie whatsoever, but man, oh man, is it fun! And it's nice.
That's it.
It's nice. The campiness is turned up just enough that it's like this is great. I'm enjoying this campiness, you know?
James Bond wears yellow Converse, and that just tickled me. You know, there's a lot of other stuff. Yeah. Just seeing him in yellow Converse, I was like, yeah.
They're space Nazis. Jesus, a lot of Nazi talk.
A lot of Nazi talk. Yeah. This is a Nazi podcast today.
What's the bad guy's name in it? I keep forgetting.
Drax.
Drax is like, he's kind of like this meek, kind of Hitler kind of figure.
Super rich. Bought the Eiffel Tower.
Couldn't move it.
They wouldn't let him export it.
But they let him move a French estate brick by brick to somewhere in like the backwoods of, what is it, Mississippi or Minnesota or something?
Bond in space,
yeah.
But Mr. Drax, yeah. He's not a nice guy.
He plays piano. You think he's going to be a smart villain, and then he's kind of okay.
Will we go over his plans? We should actually compare him to, I forget the villain's name, in Stromberg in The Spy Who Loved Me. Who wants to build a city. He wants to pretty much blow up the world and live under the sea. This guy, the depths of the sea, deep depths of the sea, this guy's going to space.
Going outer space, baby.
Master race in space. I love it.
I love Stromberg being like 70% of the world is underwater. Why would you not take advantage? And Drax is like, literally infinite galaxy up there.
I don't have webbed hands for a start.
I don't have webbed hands. I
got a lot of money.
I've just got jet black hair that I've probably dyed and a goatee that has also probably died. And I'm going to space, baby.
And I'm bringing the Eiffel Tower with me, baby.
Yeah, and I'm going to deliver my lines with the same tone throughout the whole movie because I'm intelligent.
And I'm going to feed a very attractive woman to dogs.
Oh, man, with some beautiful music behind it.
Wow, John Barry returns.
John Barry sorted out his tax issues, and he shows that this is...
No. He didn't even sort them out.
Oh, yeah.
It's just because this was like a French, American, English production that he was allowed to work on it.
Yeah, because he's not in the next one, sorry.
Yeah, because then the next one, For Your Eyes Only, is a fully British film.
And he can't be involved.
So he can't be involved because of his tax issues.
His tax haven or whatever the fuck.
So blame, For Your Eyes Only, we'll get to it, but the music is shockingly bad.
Oh my God.
It's John Barry's fault for not sorting out his taxes.
Yeah, but the Moonraker is probably the best scored Bond film in a long time. It's so good. It's beautiful. Some of the the main theme, we always talk about this. It's Shirley Bassey back, which is great.
It is great,
but it's her weakest one of the three.
It's better than a lot of Bond themes.
Yeah,
especially Madonna's.
Yes.
But I think we could write one right now that'd be better than Madonna's. No time to die. It's better.
Easily better. No, but Shirley Bassey's back, and John Barry, he's got the James Bond theme in there, and it's good to hear it, and it's
beautiful.
It's like John Barry wrote it, and
it's timeless.
It's timeless.
This score is timeless. You couldn't if you listen to this just on a CD. You'd be like, oh, this could be in any Bond movie.
And for such a kitschy movie that's like doesn't take itself too seriously, the score actually elevates it.
It really does. It actually, those space scenes especially, I'm like,
makes it so much better.
That dog scene without that music, like that, the music makes it so intense.
Yeah, it does, and it's like
it makes me uneasy in a good way, though. I'm like, oh my God.
It's uneasy, it's mournful because
that she's not getting out of it.
She's not getting out of it.
It's very informative, that music.
Yeah, it's a really well scored film, and it's funny, the two of us, without saying, I came to Ian and I said, I love the score of it, and he said the exact same thing. So it was something we both picked up on.
I think we even appreciated it a lot more after watching For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, me
where
too.
You're just like, what's going on?
Yeah. For Your Eyes Only, the score is atrocious.
It's so campy.
Yeah, it's disco Bond at its worst. Basically.
We should talk about the Bond girl in Moonraker. Dr. Goodhead.
Dr. Goodhead. Yeah.
Oh my God.
CIA agent Goodhead.
Dr. Goodhead.
Yeah. And
sisters with Dr. Greyhead.
And she's introduced, and it's like, this is Dr. Goodhead. And I'm like, oh, this is the girl they're going to kill off early.
Yeah.
No, she's in the whole movie.
And all I think of is, she's got a doctorate in giving head. That's all I can think of. I know that's not how it works, but I'm like, yeah, she's a doctor at giving head.
That's how it works. Yeah. That's how these...
She knows the human anatomy.
But I also thought, in the scene where Bond figures out she's a CIA agent, it goes on way too long. He finds one gadget, and then he's like, I see. And then I'm like, okay, so now he's figured out. She's saying, oh no, he's getting another one. This acidic perfume or something.
The perfume's great. Where it's like a flamethrower.
He says you have a strong scent, and he puts it back down. And then it's like, okay, we've done 2. Rule of 3s. There'll probably be one more. Walks over her purse. What the fuck falls out of her purse?
Her purse is like a radio or something like that.
A transmitter comes up and goes. Burp, burp, burp,
I just feel like Roger Moore's Bond just loves it. He's showing off. He doesn't even care. He's like, I made my point with the first one.
Yeah.
But I want her to know that I'm the boss.
But she's not saying anything.
Yeah.
This is what I find.
As if she thinks she's still getting away with it.
Maybe I'm gonna get away with it.
Maybe if I just give him head.
yeah, good head. She's good at head.
It's in her name.
It's in her name. But Pierce Brosnan, after revealing like 4 gadgets or something, I remember counting it. I was like, this is going on way too long. He's like, all standard issue equipment of the CIA. And it's like, that's standard issue, and you had to name all of them.
Like her name, that's standard issue when it comes to Bond. If I was a father and I was gonna say I gave birth, but my wife or whatever, like my girlfriend gave birth to a daughter.
Yeah.
And her second name was Goodhead.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have to change it.
Yeah.
I'm never having a daughter that has a second name that's Goodhead.
We need to change it.
And her name is Holly Goodhead.
Holly Goodhead.
Holly Goodhead.
Holy Goodhead.
That's what I keep thinking of.
Holy Goodhead. Yeah, but Moonraker, I mean, it's a kitschy Bond. It's got a great score. It's outlandish, but in a fun way. There are a few bits of it where it's like, I could have done without that, but overall, I was entertained throughout the whole movie. We should talk about skydiving at the beginning.
Great scene.
A great scene.
We don't know where Jaws comes from, by the way, because you see inside the plane, and we don't know if he's taking a massive shit.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God.
There would be a massive shit if it was Jaws.
That would be huge, nearly the size of Bond.
First off, Bond's making out with a woman. Standard issue.
Yeah.
Then the pilot comes out, got a weird mustache and a rugby cap on. Whatever.
Standard issue.
Whatever. We're past it. Then Bond's leaning out this window after the guy jumps out, and Jaws just appears out of nowhere and pushes him.
Just a pat. He's so strong, he just pats him and he's gone.
And it's great. Like, it's scored with the James Bond theme.
Yeah. It's really cool because I was reading about how the jackets that they're actually wearing, because he's falling without a parachute, but the jacket he's wearing has like some Velcro setup where the parachute's built into it.
And it's great, like the guys actually wrestle for the parachute in midair, and they have cameras on their body, which lets you know that they're stunt doubles. The most egregious example is Jaws with like a tinfoil mouth.
Of course, you can't even get a guy that looks 7'2".
Yeah,
the guy looks like he's maybe 6 foot.
Yeah,
you don't even try.
I think it's an Asian guy. Like, I'm convinced it's an Asian guy. I don't know why.
With tinfoil teeth. You're like, come on, guys,
come on. And Jaws breaks his fall, as we were saying, by landing in a circus tent and surviving.
Yeah, talking about moments that you could do without. You're like, really, that was such a great scene.
Yeah, that just have Jaws disappear, not being able to think, and you don't know whether he's alive or not. Or
that would be perfect.
Because later on, Bond kills the main henchman, which was this Aikido guy or something who's like breaking glass, which you were saying was the most.
At the time, I don't know if this still stands, but it had the record for the most sugar glass used in a scene.
Because they like destroy so many glass things.
It just looks like they're having fun. He just keeps pushing them into cabinets and all the glass shatters.
Sliding them across tables and everything. It's just a good time. And then the main villain's on the phone and he's like, oh yes, we need to hire a replacement for whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's available? Yes, he'll do. And then of course we all know, and it's Jaws walking through a metal detector in the airport. Big balls,
Jaws.
Yeah. And Jaws gets a love interest in this.
He does.
An extremely small woman.
It makes him look like a paedophile. Yeah. It's so weird. It's
really
such an odd choice.
Especially because they give her like pigtails and the blonde hair.
Yeah, and even the way she smiles is so innocent.
Yeah.
But there has to be like 2 foot of a difference.
Yeah, it's like Shaq and his wife.
Yeah, she's smaller than all the women in the movie. Clearly they made this creative choice. So let's make her tiny.
Yeah, it's a
bit odd, but at the same time it's lovable.
You're kind of happy. Like Jaws, Jaws is kind of he's restricted because they're giving him a love interest. I was thinking,
so he can't be killing people.
He can't be killing the good guys. And then at the end of it, you're kind of rewarded because he does turn to the side of good.
Yeah.
And then he gets to kill henchmen. And you never,
it's great.
And you never get
just owns them as well.
Jaws fights James Bond in the first one. You only see that him taking on henchmen that he can just throw around and everything.
Yeah.
Richard Keel's just having a good time. He's picking 2 people up. He's slamming them together. When he puts his hand over one guy's face, I'm like, that guy is not getting away from that. You know?
No. The actual actor looks like fearful.
Yeah. Jaws does talk, we should say.
Just a tiny bit, but it's great.
Cheers to us. And he sounds like Jaws. I think it's Richard Keel's actual voice.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we talked about last week. Yeah. What was the movie that he was supposed to die in? It was Spy Who Loved Me.
He was meant to die.
He was written in the movie to die at the end, fall into a furnace, or get thrown into a furnace by Bond. And obviously the director and the producers and all went, Jesus Christ, Jaws is a great henchman.
Yeah, and the audience loved him.
Yeah. So let's keep him for the sequel. And then people were cheering when he survived at the end.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that in the last episode.
We did, but I'm just saying, so that obviously then they were like, do you know what, let's go a step further.
Yeah.
Let's make him a good guy by the end of this movie.
And you know what? I do like Jaws. You know what I mean?
Oh, me too.
He's a cool character, and you are as like kind of convoluted as it is that he turns to the side of good.
Yeah,
I'm still actually kind of happy by the end because I'm like, yeah, why not?
It works. Fuck
nice.
It. Like, why not?
And even at the end, they do a thing. Oh, a very large man and a small blonde female were found in the Atlantic, both surviving. Yeah. And it's like, yes. They made it.
I'd like to think they cheered the crowd, the people in the theater.
Another thing that because I don't want to, like, for a kitschy Bond, we're calling it kitschy and everything, and it's like there are a few moments like. Towards the end of the space thing, it's a lot of dialogue where it's like they're explaining stuff because they obviously don't have the budget to show it. Yep. They're like, oh, but what will happen when the space station breaks apart? It will fall harmlessly into the atmosphere and be disintegrated so that no one gets hurt. And then like they break away. And it's like, what are we going to do with the other ones? As long as we can take these out quickly, we should be fine. And then when they're in the control room, they're like, yes, a man and a small woman have crash landed and they're okay. You know, it's all saying what's
helping
happening.
The audience who are not like totally familiar with this kind of setup.
It's like, what's going on? We clearly don't have the budget to show all this stuff, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
We should say that they do Thunderball in space as well. Because at the end of Thunderball, we have this massive battle, underwater battle, and now we have a space battle with lasers.
Laser guns that they show earlier in the movie.
And it's so weird because you're like, oh, they have technology like that?
Yeah.
And then the next film, like, no, they don't.
No.
We're back to guns.
It's
the
weird.
Walter PPK is back.
Yeah. It's weird because
I think it's a step too far.
Me too.
When the lasers are in it, I'm like, oh, we're really watching Star Wars now. Too. This is their Star Wars moment.
I was okay with Drax having lasers or whatever his name is. Drax having lasers, but I was hoping that like the CIA people or the US forces come in and they just have regular guns.
I know,
so they're a bit outmanned and everything, showing that they're not as good as the villain. That's kind of how you would do it now.
You see the budget though in this big laser battle. Like it's done really well.
And
1979.
Yeah, and Bond does Star Wars. You know, he does the Luke Skywalker trench one where he turns off the targeting system.
Yeah.
He's like, Luke, use the Force, whereas Bond is zoning in. And then they repeat the joke from The Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're like, we're going to get the Queen and the US President on this voice call, and it's Bond having zero gravity sex.
Oh, yeah. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
And then they go, what's Bond doing? And Q goes, I think he's trying to re-enter.
I think he's attempting re-entry.
Re-entry, that's it. I was like, that's my favourite quip of all the Bond movies.
Yeah, and then
I enjoyed that. And the anti-gravity sex scene looks good.
And I love the Q.
No trusting, though. Did you notice that? They're just both sandwiched together. There's no movement.
There's never any
just
trusting.
Floating.
Yeah.
I want to see Bond go to town.
Could he even get much force if he was anti-gravity?
I don't know, man. Like, what? Oh, this is the first one where he looks old, so I'm just thinking the scrotum is probably the grandfather clock. So you'd hear some smacking.
You'd hear some slapping. Yeah, he does look old.
He looks like his son damaged Roger Moore because I think he's around 50 now in that, and then he's 52 in For Your Eyes Only.
And he shows his age in that as well.
Well, yeah, because it's 2 years later. But in Moonraker, I was thinking, oh shit, there's another, 4 Bond movies to go? Oh no, 3. So I'm like, he's going to get older.
He is going to get older.
Because he doesn't show it in the first few movies. The first 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's weird. We talked about it before. In Live and Let Die, you're like, oh, he looks so much younger than Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And he's 3 years older.
Yeah. It's strange because I in my head I was like, he's young for a few and then he's old instantly.
Yeah. Now he's riddled with arthritis, and now he looks like Connery in
Diamonds
Are Forever. Yeah,
Diamonds Are Forever. But
no shirtless scenes.
No shirtless scenes this time.
No.
And again, he's casual Bonds. That's Roger Moore's thing. He wears a lot of different outfits.
Yeah,
changes it up. He's casual, you know.
You get to see him in the gold jumpsuit with the master race when he's up in space.
Yeah, with the most beautiful people.
Oh my god! And supposedly one of them, I read was Lois Maxwell's daughter.
She was Moneypenny. Yeah, which is so cool. The
only age-appropriate woman that comes on to Bond in all of the saga.
Absolutely.
She's literally the same age as Roger Moore.
Yeah, they're the perfect age-appropriate matchup anyway. But
yeah, and the sexual tension is palpable.
It is palpable.
You can stand on it.
Yeah, you really can. That's a good... consistently in the Bond franchise, Moneypenny and 007 have had sexual... They've been in like one scene together and the tension is...
Oh my God, fuck already.
You're bristling. And Richard Kiel, I'm just looking at a picture now, he gets to bite through a licorice cable at some stage.
Yeah, when they're in Rio.
The
cable car scene.
Which you've actually been.
I was there only like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 4 weeks ago nearly.
It's mad.
And I was watching it going, oh my God, that looks like the Sugarloaf.
Yeah, it's like, I think I've been there.
That looks like the Sugarloaf in Rio de Janeiro. And I was like, I've been on that cable car.
That's so cool.
And I wouldn't mind. I don't remember seeing any images of that scene. And that's such a famous moment in Bond history.
That's what I remember.
It's cinematic history.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I love Moonraker, and I think you loved it as well.
Yeah, it's so enjoyable.
In terms of like a kitschy James Bond movie, I think it's one of the better ones. We both completely disagree with the Rotten Tomatoes score.
And these are modern reviews.
61%, and then a 43% audience score. I think it should be up in the 70s, 80s, maybe.
I think so too. Yeah. And like if we move on to the next one, which is what's it, For Your Eyes Only?
For Your Eyes Only. We both came to the conclusion separately that this is the worst James Bond movie that we've watched so far. Or at least the
worst Roger Moore, easily the worst Roger Moore, I'd say.
I think
and I wasn't even a big fan of The Man with the Golden Gun.
No.
But this one, I struggled. This is not For Your Eyes Only. It's For No One's Eyes.
I really did not like this movie.
I struggled.
And this one is sitting at a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 64% audience, and I just don't feel like they're watching the same movie that I am.
Exactly. I'll tell you now, Moonraker is around 2 hours long. For Your Eyes Only is 2 hours and 7 minutes long.
You know that exactly.
I know that exactly because I looked, I hit display, look at the time left. Oh, fuck. Hit display, look at the time left. 2 minutes only went by. What the hell?
And this was 5 minutes in.
Oh man, it was an endurance test.
Yeah, it is. Just get from the get-go, he kills Blofeld. They acknowledge his wife, and he kills Blofeld.
Such disrespect to the Blofeld character.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's...
Can he even legally say it's Blofeld? Because they don't. It's really weird. They just allude to it.
He does say Blofeld.
Does he?
I think he says Blofeld or something like that.
Okay.
And he says, yes, Mr. Bond. And they drop him down a
chimney, like an industrial chimney.
He's in a wheelchair and he gets... Like, it's a...
It makes no sense because... No. He's on his own. So Blofeld's on his own on like a factory roof with his cat in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And yet he seems to have put some technology into this helicopter where he can override the steering wheel or whatever and take control of it. And you're like, how did he do all that if he's on his own with just a cat in a wheelchair? How did he even get up to the roof, like wheelchair accessible?
How do these things happen? And like, it's the first Bond visits the grave of Diana Rigg's character,
his wife,
and like he's putting flowers on it, and you're like, this is going to be a serious...
I loved that scene because I was like, hey, look, we're acknowledging what's the name of the On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah,
you kind of had
George Lazenby's Bond, because sometimes you're like, that did happen, right? That did happen, right?
It did happen, even though the Blofeld in this canonically doesn't make sense, but whatever.
No sense at all.
We're just going to move past it. They don't even show his face in it. That's how much, like, they didn't even hire a real actor for it, I don't think.
And it's so lame. It's so lame. And just how he drops him down the chimney, you're like, all right.
And I think it's meant to be played for laughs, but after watching all these movies, I'm like... But he was like the best one.
The most formidable bad guy.
Yeah.
And he was the head of Spectre.
He was the head of Spectre. The thing that Sean Connery was fighting every movie.
And had every resource available to him. And now he's a Lone Ranger in a wheelchair with just a cat on a roof. And I'm like, I can't even... You know, I'll bend over a little bit. I'll bend to like some surrealism. But I'm like, what is going on in this?
And this is the opening scene.
It's the opening scene. It sets the tone.
Yeah.
Well, after the perfect opening scene of him visiting his dead wife, where you're like, oh, this is going to be good.
Wow,
and then,
what a heartfelt moment.
Nope.
No, it's not even satisfying that he kills Blofeld.
No, the way he does it.
It's just like, he does it in a way like we were never meant to care about Blofeld.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, we did care about it. We were invested in that.
There was like 3 movies. Well, the whole Connery
It was
there was like 4 movies that were building up. Was there 3 movies or maybe 4 before we first got the reveal of him?
Which was You Only Live Twice.
Was the big reveal.
Yeah.
The only really good thing about that movie, I'd say. Well, except for Japanese James Bond.
Japanese James Bond, obviously, yeah. But, it was just really disappointing. And as a beginning, and actually, I meant to say, I was saying we like Moonraker, but again, I'm going to criticize it for, we talked about Stromberg and everything. Not Pierce Brosnan, sorry, Roger Moore.
Yeah.
He's been fighting like rich billionaires in all his movies, and I think they're missing a beat of not connecting them in some way.
I know, yeah.
Like if Drax had said, we've taken Stromberg's technology and used it to create the spacesuits for the pressure in space and everything, they were using his technology.
Yeah.
Just a bit of connection,
because their plan is so similar.
It's so similar.
One is up and one is down.
One is literally one is in space,
in sea, in space.
Like just connect it a little bit.
Yeah.
It would make both movies better.
But see, the problem is they don't give the villains any personality. Really, they just kind of hint at, look, he's a bad guy. He plays piano.
Physical deformity. There's normally something they give them, something like that, and just kind of a monotone, no real care for life.
Sometimes you give them a foreign accent.
Yeah, foreign accent, no real care for life.
Exotic pet.
Exotic pet. I was just about to say.
But he doesn't have one, does he?
Well, he has the dogs.
Drax.
He's the well-trained dogs.
Yeah.
That he clicks his fingers for, I guess. But anyway, sorry, to move back For Your Eyes Only, the main theme is a huge disappointment. It's like a music video.
So when the title sequence is what they call it, you actually see the woman who's singing it. I don't even know who it is, but it really is like a music video.
And Bond is secondary to it, and that should never be the case in a Bond theme. So
and the song's not good as well, so it really doesn't help.
Yeah, and again, John Barry's out for this, so it's Disco Bond for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, he's gone again for tax reasons.
So like the score is lackluster.
It's the worst score.
Yeah, and
I would say the worst score. It makes a mockery out of the Disco Bond, which was in what was the Disco Bond?
The Spy Who Loved Me.
The Spy Who Loved Me. And I was like, oh, wait, the Disco Bond's a bit kitschy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, compared to this, where there's guitar.
It's garbage.
It's so dated. It's so dated. I think 2 years after that movie was made, it was out of date.
It's like watching Beverly Hills Cop, but not as good, not as entertaining.
No.
And they even have like normal 80s music in it at some stages, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Like,
it's so lame.
Why is this in a Bond movie? But
compared to the timeless score of Moonraker.
And I mean, Moonraker is just amazing. Like, to go from such an amazingly scored Bond movie to a terrible. It was really, like, jarring,
and I blame John Barry. Just pay your fucking taxes.
Sort out your taxes,
Take the hit.
Look, none of us like paying taxes, but we have to do it every now and again.
And what I don't understand is, right, so he doesn't pay taxes in England, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
But yet your main source of income revenue is the Bond
James
series.
Bond, the most English person in the world, John Barry. Come on.
He's like, I'm going to like make things difficult for me every single time.
I'm going to be paying taxes in Havana, okay?
Exactly.
But for your it continuously gets worse. There are 2 highlights in it: climbing sequence, which is really good, great stunts involved in that, and the car chase at the beginning in the small little yellow car.
That's so fun.
Just to shout out 2 good parts of the movie, I will say.
We get the Lotus again.
The Lotus is
back.
The
Lotus looks great. We get a newer version of the white one, but then we get to see it in red as well. Both of them absolutely beautiful.
And Lotus very clearly shown
on
it now.
Big time.
Yeah.
But then there's this weird burglar alarm.
Yeah.
Where it just explodes.
It explodes.
So these villains try to get into the car and it explodes. And we were making the point now, before we did a podcast, we're like, if you were just like a small time criminal and you're trying to feed your family and you're like, I'll break into this beautiful looking car and it explodes and wipes out you and the school bus going by, you're like, what are they doing?
What the fuck, you?
I expected it to be a Batman thing.
Yeah.
You know, like...
it electroshocks them or something?
Yeah, is it the Batman Returns?
Yeah.
Where it does that whole, like, it kind of has a shell. And then it shocks them. Yeah. I was like, that's what it's going to do. And then,
love that.
Boom, it just explodes. I'm like, they could be... What about if, like, someone just fell into it? What about if a friend... You're drunk on a night out and a friend just pushes you into the car and it explodes and kills you?
It's fun. Like, the guy literally smashes the window and the car explodes.
And it's a big enough explosion.
And that could happen by accident, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's crazy. By the way, I love in The Dark Knight, we've talked about it earlier, but you know when the goon goes to take Batman's mask off and he gets electric shocked?
Yeah.
That's such a comic book moment, and then the Joker jumping on him going...
yeah, just making fun of him.
Like that. He kicks him.
Yeah, he does, his own goon.
And you feel like that was totally Heath Ledger just being like...
and he properly kicked that extra. That bona fide extra.
It's just like, fuck you. Yeah, I love that. Oh, it's such a good scene.
So good.
Just to talk about a better movie to lift up my spirits for this. But the two of us, the one thing I'll say about the main villain, he has betrayed two cinema icons. He betrayed Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, and now he's betrayed James Bond in this as well.
Yeah. We should also talk about the ice skater, the figure skater, the most annoying character ever. I think they take this beautiful blonde woman and just give her a 16-year-old's personality. I think she's around 22 in real life in the movie.
Yeah.
And they give her this 16-year-old personality, and all she wants to do is fuck James Bond.
16-year-old athletic sex pest is how I would describe her.
Sex pest.
Yeah, she's just like, James, why don't she's naked?
She's such jailbait. Like, she's such jailbait.
Even James Bond won't have sex with her.
Yeah,
he's
like,
and
I'm glad, because Roger Moore's like 52 in this.
Yeah,
and there's around 30 years between the two actors, but also the fact that they give her this like 15, 16-year-old. Yeah. Oh my God, James, will you just fuck me already?
Yeah, it's nice to know James Bond has some boundaries.
So very little
boundaries.
It's like, not this time. Not this time.
If you were a secret agent and you had something I needed,
or if you were Russian, I would be all up in your business.
If you were Russian, I'd be inside you in a matter of seconds. But you're not.
And if you had information that needs extracting, I would be all up in you right now.
And in fairness, like, he just essentially leaves her for an even creeper Greek dude by the end.
She's got a sugar daddy, and then just moves on to another sugar daddy who looks even older than Roger Moore. And your man gives Roger Moore a thumbs up. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck this later.
Go on, off you go. Yeah. But like the main villain, like earlier on, he introduced. Does she call him uncle and stuff like that?
I thought she called him uncle.
Me too.
But he clearly wants to fuck her, and he says it. Like, he says it.
No, she says it. She's like, the only reason you're sponsoring me is because you want to have sex or something like that.
And he's kind of like, duh.
He's kind of like, you can't speak to me like that. We'll be dealing with this later. And
when I'm having sex with you.
And he storms out, you went outside the door and
he breaks my heart.
She doesn't love me. But then her
I'm going to take it out on her ass later.
Her handler comes up and puts like a hand on her shoulder, and she goes, I'll stay with you no matter what.
Yeah, I support you.
I'll support you no matter what. But a girl like you needs a sponsor. So, maybe go in and,
close your eyes, but you got to do it.
Listen.
You got to do it.
I was young once.
Yeah.
I needed a sponsor too.
Sugar daddy.
We all got to do things that we don't like sometimes.
Sugar daddy needs some greasing.
Get in there.
Grease him up.
Give him something for daddy. You know what I'm saying? And
she really does that, because she's like, I got your back. I'm here for you always. But you gotta fuck him. You gotta
find a sponsor.
Yeah.
She's kind of like, listen, I support you in saying no to this, but like, you need a sponsor. Yes. You need a sponsor. So think about what you're doing. It's
grease that sugar daddy up.
It's a really weird message.
It is a very weird message.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't get to actually see anything like that. I'm so glad that Roger Moore kind of puts her to bed.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, no.
He's like, go asleep.
I said no.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God. There's too many henchmen in this, and they all look vaguely similar, which is so confusing.
And just, it's so lame, because you want that Uber henchman, you want the Jaws, you want the Odd Job.
Yeah.
And they give you this absolute physical specimen.
Yeah.
But then there's like all these other guys.
There's weird guy with glasses, and there's another one.
Get in the way.
There's like tracksuit guy, and it's just weird.
And because I know the Bond formula, I'm like, which one is the guy?
Yeah, which one is
the super villain? Which one is not the super goon?
Yeah, which one is the goon that is the physical challenge, whereas the main villain is the mental challenge?
Which one is the goon who's taking it personal?
Yeah.
You know that way? Yeah, exactly. There's always that one guy
who's taking it.
But there's too many of them.
No, there's too many of them that gets confusing, and you lose interest. Just like, I thought he was dead earlier, I guess he's not now.
Yeah.
Like, the story is so convoluted. I can't follow it. I honestly, with the two of us we
had to break it down. I had to sit down in silence and think back hard on what the film, like, what was the general plot, because like it even I was trying to say to you, there's no peril involved. Like, there's no end of the world. There's no end of anyone's life.
No.
Like, there's no lives at stake, really, because the whole thing is that there's this technology, it goes missing.
Yeah.
And the Russians want it not even to necessarily use it. They would just like to have it.
Just because it's a Cold War conflict.
Yeah, just in case, so they want it.
It's the same Russian guy from the last 3 movies.
And 2 movies ago...
They were best mates.
Yeah. Roger Moore is having sex with a Russian agent.
Yeah.
They're in cahoots. They were working together. It was a joint job.
Joint venture. And even at the end of this, like when he stops the Russians from getting it, they're kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, they almost high five.
It's almost like they're like, fair play, boss. Next time. You know what I mean?
No animosity whatsoever.
Yeah, it like, was there ever even a threat? Really?
I know.
And
he's not like the fact that the Russian guy is not even mad.
Yeah,
it just takes any bit of venom. Just, like, what was that for?
What was this even for? Like, it's just we're moving. Like it's too many people. Where it's like we're going to this guy now and this person. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, he's not the bad guy.
He's not the bad guy.
But he's meeting with a guy who could be the bad guy. Oh no, that's not the bad guy either.
Okay. It turns out this guy's a good guy and he's going to find the real bad guy. Oh wait, the bad guy we were told was a bad guy is actually the good guy, and the guy we were sent with is the bad guy.
And he's going to show Bond who the bad guy really is.
Show Bond, but Bond doesn't believe that he's a good guy yet, so we have
to show him.
So we still have to do this whole, and it's like, why?
And in the end, Russia's actually the bad guy. So the main bad guy in this is just a middleman. He's just a guy that's going to hand over the technology to the Russians who might not even use the technology. So what are we doing this for?
What is the point in this? Why is this a movie? This feels like a book or like a shitty comic or something. A bad book. And then the Bond girl in it.
Did Roald Dahl write this?
Potentially. The Bond girl in it, Minerva, is that her name? Was that
Melinda?
Melinda?
I want to say Melinda.
Is it Melinda?
It could be anything.
I don't know. She's Greek, so I'm thinking Minerva because that's a Greek name, I think. But I could be wrong. And I'm never wrong, so that I could be wrong on this one means I'm very unsure. But yeah, she has terrible ADR the entire movie.
Oh my god, she barely moves her mouth.
She barely moves her mouth like this, but her ADR is like she's talking like this and everything.
Oh, Mr. Bond.
Mr. Bond, I am half Greek. She's not that bad, but you know what I mean.
Her mouth, like it's so disconnected.
She moves like she has like a fish mouth where she just opens it barely, and then all of a sudden she's like giving these. She's now in Greece. We get revenge for our dead families and everything.
I am so passionate.
Yeah, but really she's not delivering it passionately at all.
Trying to find her name.
She's obsessed with crossbows for some reason.
Melina. I said Melinda, and you said what?
Minerva.
Melina.
Yeah, and there's a parrot in it for some reason.
Melina looks like she had a stroke, the way her mouth moves.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, that's pretty bad. But
like, she's still pretty hot. Like, she's like a stroke victim, but really hot.
I mean, she's beautiful.
She's extremely beautiful, but she's a Bond girl.
Like she's so beautiful, but her character is so forgettable.
And her acting, it's very questionable.
And like, it's not even it's not like I remember Triple X, the agent, and everything. Like, you remember good Bond girls.
She had emotions.
Yeah,
this woman, her family got murdered,
and basically her family got murdered. And for one scene, she's like, "I don't give a shit what you say, James. I'm gonna go after these people." Yeah. And then he's like, "What are you talking about? No, you're not. You're gonna go back to Greece, and you're gonna sit there, and you're gonna wait for me." And she goes, "Oh, okay, yeah."
And then her face is just monotone. Her expressions are just monotone for the rest of the movie.
Listen, clearly we both don't like this movie, and we should point out that the guy who plays M, he sadly passed away, and so this is kind of the first movie where
M is on vacation.
M's on vacation, like he's not in it, and we thought, I mean, we don't have much information. We probably should have looked into this, but we were thinking they could have been like, Bond could have been at M's retirement or something.
I thought he would have retired. I really thought
that could have been a nicer send off to it, when really they're just kind of like, he's on vacation.
Yeah.
So I hope they address it in Octopussy in some way.
I do hope so. Now, I don't know the full story though.
Neither do I.
Bernard Lee.
So
Bernard Lee passed away. I'll look him up there for a second.
We'll see what the story is. But
at age 73, stomach cancer. See, so I wonder, 1981, which is the same year
it came out.
So he could have been sick during production.
Which is why they had him on vacation.
Yeah. I hope that's why.
Me too.
Because it doesn't make sense if it wasn't. Because I would like them to just retire him, be like, oh, he's off in the Bahamas somewhere.
Exactly.
That would be so beautiful, you know?
You know what? He's finally, he's a well-earned retirement. Even if Bond comes in and it's like, Yeah, M quietly retired. You know, he's
sick of your shit.
He's sick of your shit, and he just quietly went on his way and retired. Yeah. Like, that'd be a nice end. I hope they did that in Octopussy.
I hope so too.
But if they just recast him, no. It's especially because he's been in every Bond movie.
I know, he's been there from the start.
It's really sad. Like, I have. For Your Eyes Only is not only disappointing because it's the first movie without him.
Yeah.
And, like, it's nice to see him.
So there's no M and there's no M and there's no John Barry scoring it as well. Like, there's some serious elements missing here.
Yeah, and, like, whenever M shows up, like, he's noticeably older in the Roger Moore ones, but whenever he shows up, it's like, here's M.
I enjoy because M's the one guy who gives it to Bond and he has to take it.
He gives him shit, whereas Q will just be like, will you stop being so ridiculous, Bond?
Yeah,
and I
know.
James Bond's like, I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
M's
I'm going to fuck with you.
Whereas M's like, calm your shit, James. Yeah. And Bond has to kind of be like...
Q is like, I've been working on this technology all my life. Yeah. This is my life's work. And Bond's just like fucking with it. Yeah. Car blows up.
He treats it like the lightsaber in The Last Jedi, just over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder.
Doesn't care.
Who cares? And Q's quietly crying in the corner.
Yeah. Like, I love that.
Where his passive aggressiveness is so good.
It is. And like, he clearly has a respect for Bond and they're friends, but at the same time, M is in charge.
And he lets you know. He reminds Bond about the chain of command. Like, I'm above you.
Yeah. And it's even nice when Moneypenny's like, they're flirting a bit, and James will lean on her desk, and she says, "No, you better head straight in."
But Bond's also a bit fearful of M.
Yeah.
Like, if you think of Live and Let Die, where he comes to Bond's like apartment and he's sleeping with another agent, and he's like, "Hide." You know, M can't find out about this. You know, I like that.
Yeah,
a bit of fear in Bond's eyes.
Exactly. It's nice to know that, like, there's a respect for the superior there and everything. So, look, we'll start again. We've been dragged into talking about James Bond for fucking ever, but we just love it so much. We're gonna move on now to trailers.
To some trailers.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it first because we put it off talking about it for the last 3 weeks. Yeah. The French Dispatch trailer came out.
It's hella fun.
A year ago, I think.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's like 3 weeks ago, was it? We keep wanting to talk about it, but Bond got in the way.
Bond keeps getting in the way because we're too damn excited about it. By the way, next week we'll be watching the last two James Bond, Octopussy.
Well, the last two Roger Moore James
Bond, Octopussy and The Living Daylights.
No, sorry. A View to a Kill.
A View to a Kill.
So Octopussy and A View to a Kill.
Octopussy and A View to a Kill. I think we're both a bit sick of Roger Moore.
Yeah, it's a labour of love, but more labour than love now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm hoping they turn it around a bit.
Yeah. I don't think they do, though.
I remember liking A View to a Kill.
Okay.
Octopussy, I remember not liking.
Right.
So
he's going to be so old in The View to a Kill.
Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Yeah. Well, Christopher Walken in View to a Kill. So a nice way to go out.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, The French Dispatch. This is a Wes Anderson movie, and it's with all the Wes Anderson favorites you know and love.
As Chandler would say, could it be any more Wes Anderson? Like this, I didn't think there could be a more Wes Anderson film than a Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh yeah,
like that was Wes Anderson on steroids.
Yeah, that was fucking. If you've been in a Wes Anderson movie, you were in Grand Budapest.
Yeah, and it's so kooky. It's so Wes Anderson. He's created his own genre in a way.
Yeah, he really has. And I don't even think all the famous people in this movie fit on the poster.
They don't. It's crazy the amount. Like the A-list is just massive.
It is literally all of Hollywood A-list, and it's not just like it's good actors. It's not just like,
oh my god, it's not serious people.
It's not movie stars. It's just actors who are amazing and
some of the big names that are barely in there.
Yeah, I know. It's mad, and the trailer's so good. It's charming, it's witty, it's shot beautifully.
It's so Wes Anderson.
I think it's 3 different stories.
It looks like it. Yeah. Is it like the French Dispatch is a French newspaper that's closing down, and these are like the 3 last stories?
Yeah, or their 3 most famous stories or something
of its last issue or something like that.
Maybe it'll be like the first story is that in its glory days, the second one is in the middle, and the third one is like the last story or something like that. Maybe,
and one of them seems to be in black and white.
Yeah,
as well,
which is cool.
Just an interesting creative choice to make. The list of the cast is crazy. Bill Murray looks like he plays a big role in this one.
Yeah, which is always great.
Yeah, because he's sometimes like he's just a small little. I think either way he's going to be in a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah,
but sometimes it can just be like he's just in that scene.
He's going to be in a taxi. for all the movie.
Like the Grand Budapest Hotel, he's just in that one scene where he kind of like opens the door and goes, jump in.
Yeah, I love that. It. Oh, it's so good.
You're waiting for his arrival in any of the Wes Anderson movies.
Like, where's Bill?
He has to be in it.
Yeah.
Where's Murray?
But I mean, I don't know if we can put up like a poster or the list or something.
I'll put up the main poster, but the cast, it's just crazy.
Yeah, we're not going to name them all, but like Tilda Swinton,
Saoirse Ronan's in it for a second.
Saoirse Ronan's in it.
Sexy.
Henry Winkler is in it.
Henry Winkler's in it, yeah.
And he's in the background in one shot. Like Henry Winkler.
Blink and you'd miss him. Edward Norton,
Blink and you'd miss him. Benicio del Toro, Timothée Chalamet, who neither of us are really like we're not that fond of him.
I just haven't seen a legitimate reason why I should love him.
Yeah, me neither.
But maybe I just haven't seen the certain movies where he pops in.
Yeah, I agree. I think I probably he's the young hotness, I would say, and
like Liev Schreiber's in it.
Elizabeth Moss.
Elizabeth Moss is in it. You wouldn't even know she's in that. Willem Dafoe.
Christoph Waltz.
Jason Schwartzman's in it. I love him. He's a regular as well.
He is.
He actually helped write the story to this.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm nearly 100% sure.
And there's even some unknown names.
Story by Wes Anderson, Roman Coppola, and Hugo Guinness and Jason Schwartzman.
Oh, that's so cool.
But then the script is just by Wes Anderson.
Yeah, there's even not unnames, but like less famous people.
Owen Wilson seems to play a big part in this as well.
And Adrian Brody's in it, obviously.
They're like lifetime friends, Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson.
Stephen Park. Matthew Almeric, who is, I think, the oil guy in Quantum of Solace. Is he?
Is he?
I don't know.
Well, speaking of Bond, we got Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey Wright. I love this movie.
What's his name in Bond? The CIA agent?
Felix,
thank you. And he's in the Batman.
He's Commissioner Gordon. Again, excellent pick.
Yes.
So yeah, look, The French Dispatch, the trailer looks great. If you're into Wes Anderson movies, it looks like the most Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get one that's more Wes Anderson
I feel like he gets more and more Wes Anderson.
I know. And we've talked about this before, and I think we did it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson is almost like a one-trick pony that you love revisiting.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I know it's I kind of know how the camera's going to move.
Yeah.
I kind of can see the colors already.
Yeah.
And I can see the actors already.
Yeah.
And I'm so into it every time, even when the Grand Budapest Hotel came out, I was like, oh my God, this looks like another Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
Went to see it and was like, I love it. Yeah. I love it so much.
Oh, this is the scene where it's going to be a head swivel?
Yeah. They always do that. The camera turns like someone's head.
Everyone's going to talk.
They're going to do the zoom that's almost cheesy, but it's a Wes Anderson movie, so it's not cheesy.
Someone's going to move with incredible speed, but the camera's not going to move, and they're just going to come, and they're just going to stop, and then they're going to do, like, shoot or something. Oh.
It's almost like everyone's so self-aware of where the camera is, and it's so Wes Anderson.
I love it. Anyway, very excited for The French Dispatch. Will we leave the other trailer? We can talk about it more next
time.
Yeah. All right, now swiftly moving on to news. Also, please like, subscribe.
Yes, please do. Well done for remembering.
Yes, we're meant to be doing this.
We're at an hour ago. We're supposed to remember.
We should have done this, but look, we'll include it here. Like, subscribe, check us out on Instagram,
Facebook, Twitter. We're on all the main platforms.
Yeah, and if you like what we've done so far, we really appreciate the shout out. Yes. And the share, because the share really helps.
The share extremely helps. Yeah, tell a friend.
Right, so we're going to quickly rattle off some news titles that aren't so important. Then we're going to talk about one that we really want to talk about. Then we're going to talk about another one that we really want to talk about. So, Spider-Man 3 working title is Serenity Now. Which is based on a Seinfeld joke.
Oh, yeah. This is the third one as well.
It's the third one based on a Seinfeld joke. The first one was called George's Rise, and then the second one, Far From Home, was called George's Downfall. And Serenity Now is all about anger management thing, and the whole idea is you say Serenity Now, and it calms you down. But the full quote is
Goose Fraba. Is that what they say in anger management?
In anger management, or Woosa. From
Bad Boys, is that? Yeah.
Woosa. But anyway, you say Serenity Now, but the idea is it's Serenity Now, insanity later. That's the full quote.
Okay.
So one guy at the end like fucking freaks out and everything. And so that's what they're thinking. I don't know what that says about the movie, but look, there's the explanation for it.
Sure, we don't even have a director yet.
But it's called Serenity Now.
And it could be Sam Raimi.
Could be. Disney cut the Mulan kiss. because Chinese audience said it didn't feel right. So they...
What's the Mulan kiss? I don't know about this.
There's a kiss in Mulan with her love interest, and they cut it.
No way.
Cut it from the movie, yeah, because
really?
the Chinese audiences in the test screening said it didn't feel right. So they cut the whole kiss.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But not the romance, which is interesting.
Well, see, that's a Chinese movie, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're... they're the money, man, they could make 200 million out of just China alone. They could make even more. So what the Chinese audience says.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity War, loads of images have come out now of concept art and like various scrapped ideas.
Do you see the Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
In the Iron Strange, would you call him?
He's like Iron Strange. There's Nebula with the
Dr. Man.
Dr. Man, yeah. There's it's a Nebula with the gauntlet on. There's
I seen the Nebula with the gauntlet.
Yeah, there's some...
Man, I'll say the Doctor Strange in the Iron Man suit looks excellent because he has the symbol on the chest.
Yeah.
Looks very cool.
Anyway, so go check those out. They're well worth a look, and it's cool to see what some of the ideas that might have been kicked around, you know. Star Wars High Republic is Disney's new hotness. It's going to be books, comic books. It's basically the old Republic from Legends, except Disney's version.
Yeah. Every platform.
It's going to be every platform. Hopefully, if it's popular, it's getting a big push right now.
TV, movie, maybe
potentially. Basically,
Disney Plus.
They want their own Old Republic, which is a big hit with Star Wars fans. So they're doing High Republic, and this is where they call the Jedi Knights. It's at their peak.
Yeah, Jedis are kicking ass.
They're kicking ass, and they're like the Knights of the Round Table. So they're honorable warriors that go out into the far rim and explore and help people and everything.
Sounds fun. Sounds interesting.
Sounds fun. An interesting idea. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't. But we'll see.
Yeah. You know, either way, Disney's going to put in the time and the effort.
Yeah.
To get those dollars.
I hope so. In sad news, James Gunn's dog has died, and he has postponed Suicide Squad filming because of it. He loved his dog.
Now, I say it's nearly finished anyway. It's been I think it's been filming for nearly 4 months now.
He didn't postpone it for very long, like a week or something like that. Yeah. But, you know, sad news for James Gunn. I would not like
He only becomes more lovable.
I know.
When you hear this.
I love that guy. James Gunn's great. And then we're going to talk about Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. Right, we're going to jump into that. Mission Impossible 7 finally got in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
Before getting shut down.
Axed.
So I think it just started filming, but they're filming in Italy for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What just happened in Italy?
Coronavirus. Yeah.
So they had to shut down production.
Again.
This is like... Christopher McQuarrie, ever since he got involved with Mission Impossible... Things have been like, it seems like the films have been great, but their production has been some serious problems.
Yeah.
So I was only thinking about this, right? I was like, Rogue Nation. Can you remember what happened to Rogue Nation? I'll tell you if you can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars happened to Rogue Nation. So they filmed Rogue Nation, and they're like, right, we have a year in post production. Oh, Star Wars is coming out in December when we want to release. Where will we move it to? June. We're going to cut your post-production in half. So it went from 12 months to 6 months of post-production. And if you hear, like, Christopher McQuarrie talks about working like 18 hours straight and shit like that. Like
Talk about crunch time.
And it was such a good movie. Rogue Nation was amazing. And if they were writing that movie during production, and then their post-production got axed right in half. And then it came out brilliantly.
Yeah, it was amazing. Arguably the best one. Arguably.
What a guy.
Yeah.
How did he do that?
I don't know, but they should get him behind a Marvel movie with the way he works. You know what I'm saying?
It's quite amazing. It's a miracle. And then, of course, they go into
Fallout.
Fallout. Thank you.
No
Fallout.
problem.
And
the ankle.
They go into it with no script again.
No script.
Well, it's like half written script, and they're writing it on the day.
Yeah.
And of course, Tom Cruise, being the mad bastard that he is, does his own stunts, shatters his ankle.
And then there's the mustache gate as well. Get Henry Cavill to shave his mustache.
Oh, yeah. So they had to talk to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers were like, no, actually, we got visual effects teams that could do that.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. But anyway,
they had to shut down. But then they shut it down for a little bit and then had to reschedule loads of things so they could still film, but without Tom Cruise. But Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible, so it must have been really difficult.
And they also had to give him time to learn how to fly a helicopter properly and do all the stunts.
Oh my God,
and
he's
everything.
such a mad bastard. I love it.
I love it. And now for this one again, coronavirus has stopped.
Just started. and they're like 3 weeks were planned in Italy.
Yeah.
This is going to be a back-to-back shoot as well. So I'd imagine the schedule is very
tight,
firmly in place, you know, like step by step. And then they just started filming. And like, boom.
If I'm honest, I think it's a good sign because every McQuarrie movie has been faced with problems and they've all turned out amazing.
So maybe these problems are what makes them amazing because it's like crunch time. We got to make this work.
It's like a Mission Impossible movie. You know what I mean? You know,
it sounds like it's literally impossible making the Mission Impossible movie.
And yet they smash it every time, just like Ethan Hunt.
Yeah. So maybe that's why John Woo's movie was terrible, Mission Impossible 2, because everything worked out to a T. It's like, oh, wow, that was great production. Like everything went brilliantly.
It was too easy in my opinion.
And then the movie was dog shit.
So look, that's Mission Impossible news.
So I want it back in front of the cameras.
Yeah. Back in front of the cameras, and please give us those Mission Impossible.
But this is like the Mission Impossible story. It's like the cliche now.
Yeah, totally.
McQuarrie's making it. It's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So he's doing 7 and 8 together.
Yeah.
So something's going to happen on 8.
It has to.
His other ankle's going to shatter. He's going to blow out his knee.
Oh,
Tom Cruise.
God.
Something's going to happen.
Something's got to give.
And it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
I have faith.
Oh, it's that's it. They feel the Mission Impossible pressure, which is why they're able to put it on screen so well.
I don't know how he performs so well every time.
Oh,
they just knock it out of the park every time.
I love it. We're big Mission Impossible fans. I don't know if you knew that.
Big Tom Cruise fans.
Big Tom Cruise fans. So, Tommy Boy. So to move on now, the last thing we're going to touch on today.
Oh, it's going to get rough.
The Batman full suit reveal. Images kind of came out.
Yeah, it's a stunt man.
It's a stunt man. So we're kind of hoping the suit's a bit padded. You know, maybe it's not the final thing. It's just kind of the helmet, particularly being extra round and kind of weird looking.
And it's Q-tip man.
And it's not, Robert Pattinson in the suit. So, it's going to look a bit weird because it's designed to make him look good, no one else.
Yeah, it's very clearly a stunt man.
Yeah.
It's actually, his jaw is so defined that it's weird that he even used him because it really clearly looks like someone else.
It looks like a different, it's not, again, it's for a motorcycle scene where he accidentally falls off the bike at one stage. So,
See, they're filming in Scotland and, we're in Ireland and we're pretty close to them. It is frosty right now.
Yeah. So I'm slipping and sliding is happening all the time. But
I finally got a good picture of it there.
Everything, it's not so bad. The Bat bike being kind of a low-tech one.
I'm fine with the Bat cycle, or whatever you call it. The Batman.
Bat bike, Bat cycle, whatever it's called. That's fine,
It's the forearms. What's going on there?
The gauntlets. I don't know what those, as you pointed out, Q-tips are.
He looks like Q-tip man. He has to keep cleaning out his ears. Even if, they're not Q-tips, they look like they're surgical equipment or something like that. They look like they slip out, and I don't think they're supposed to look like that.
Don't know what they are, and they just look bad in my opinion. He has the wings, I don't know what they're called.
I don't know what, almost like fins.
He has the fins on the arm, which again, classic Batman, love it, love the look. But these things, for some reason, they've made the gauntlets huge, and they've stuck these things on top, and it just looks janky.
He's all forearm. He's all forearm. Yeah. His 2 forearms are huge because of these things.
He has 20 Q-tips on either side. It's fucking insane.
I don't understand it. My eyes are drawn to it.
Yeah, and not for a good reason.
And by the way, if anyone listened to our last episode, where we were so high on this
as fuck,
we were the suit looks amazing. We were looking at the test footage with the red lighting, and we're like, oh my god, he's owning it. We love it. The shoulder pads, the symbol. We're hoping they're actually the parts of the gun that killed his parents.
Yeah.
We were so into it, and then this just it hit me. I was like, what?
What is that?
I was telling you, my friend was so into it, and then so out of it instantly. He was like, no.
Yeah. Look, it's
weird.
It's weird, and again, the stuff in the actual Robert Pattinson reveal, I still like. I think,
of course,
I actually like the chest more now that I've seen it in full.
The shoulder pads look great.
Shoulders
as well.
look good. He doesn't have a cape in it, but I feel like it'll be added in post. That's kind of how capes are done, especially for a motorcycle scene.
Yeah, I think. Oh, definitely, because it's so dangerous. It gets caught in the wheel.
They're not going to make a guy on a motorbike have a cape,
And I think Zack Snyder really set the template where you're like, whoa, Superman's cape. Completely CGI in the Man of Steel all the way through. It looks great unless you look for it. There's times where I've been looking for it now, and I'm like, oh, I can kind of see that CGI. But if you're not thinking about it,
you're fine.
It looks really good.
And then we see a bit more color. Like he's got a bit of yellow on the shoulders. You can see
a little bit, yeah.
And the gun, it's got like, or the bat symbol has a bit of orange in there. Like all those are nice.
It looks a little bit weathered, which I didn't think it looked in the camera test.
No, but
the test footage.
It's taking some damage, which is nice.
Maybe that's just a stuntman falling off the bike.
Maybe. We don't have a good look at the legs, but he's kind of got more. We're hoping he's not wearing like combat pants,
which is kind of what it looks like here.
Now maybe again, because it's a stuntman, they give him something for a bit more freedom of motion down there,
and more padding maybe on the legs. Yeah. So that's why it looks like
a bit
like
different.
hockey pants,
like hockey pads. Yeah, we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on this one.
See, it could be nighttime as well. Yeah. We don't know because it's a daytime shot.
They do that in post. A lot of
times. So no cape. It could be nighttime.
Yeah.
Maybe the Q-tips have something to do with the plot.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, maybe it's just for this bike scene that he has them.
Yeah. Or he's doing a lot of rock climbing, so he's got massive forearms.
I don't know. Either way, it soured me momentarily.
Yeah, it knocked me a bit.
And I thought about it for a while, and I've decided I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Because everything else to do with this movie has been so great.
I'm very hyped. There was a leaked Riddler image. It's a potential Riddler of a victim.
And it looked like the victim got brutal, destroyed.
Yeah. So, again, I was hyped for that.
Kind of looked a little bit R-rated.
A little bit R-rated, yeah. So, fingers crossed. But, I hope...
It's just weird because we were so hyped on this last week. I think you talked about it for like a good 20 minutes. Yeah. Where you're just like, I love it. And then we're like, I don't know. That chick can take some good photos on Facebook. But then when we see her in real life,
she's looking a bit janky, a bit weird. Look, give it the benefit of the doubt. It's not Robert Pattinson in it, which is my big thing, which means it's not meant to look good right now. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I hope so.
In my mind, like the stuntman never gets to wear the real
stuff. Yeah, I know. And I'm thinking, like, honestly, this, like, it looks like it's in a monastery.
Yeah, like it's a graveyard.
A graveyard, yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking that it could be even at night, and we don't have the cape.
No. But
and this is just someone taking a picture as well. We don't know any of the context.
Yeah, I'm
really hoping the Q-tips have something to do with the story. I know they're actually not Q-tips, but whatever they are,
I don't like them.
No, I don't like them either.
I don't like them at the end of the day. Maybe they'll look better on Robert Pattinson, but on this guy, I think they look terrible.
You were saying you hope they're not guns.
I hope they're not guns.
They look like they're going to fire.
Yeah, they look like they're shooting forearms. Something, and I don't like that.
Like, I don't understand what else they could be if they're not something that he's going to be shooting.
I don't know what's...
Like darts. They look like darts that he could be shooting.
Yeah, I don't know what purpose they serve. So, look, we'll see. Again, I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt because I'm so excited about this movie.
Me too.
And I don't really want to hate...
I don't want to bash it at all.
I don't want to bash it at all because I am genuinely still up for the movie, still excited about it. Something just fell over randomly, but you're going to have to ignore that sound. Spooky.
The Invisible Man. Is that Kevin Bacon?
Oh my god, he's naked in
I
here.
felt something on my crotch.
He's naked in here. Someone grabbed my tit earlier. I knew it.
Yeah. And you can see his spunk. I'm going to confirm that now. You can see his spunk.
That's spunk.
That's semen right there.
Bacon. All right.
Kevin.
We're going to do Hunk and Skunk now.
Lay it on me, bish, because I can't remember what we decided on earlier.
Hunk is Jaws.
Yes, yeah. Jaws. Richard Kiel?
Richard Kiel is Jaws.
With his one line of dialogue, he seals the deal.
He's great.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him too.
It's great.
He was a great addition to the Bond franchise.
He's such a great bona fide henchman.
Yeah, sorely missed.
The super henchman.
The uber henchman. And Skunk, I didn't write down because I forgot
and I can't remember what it was.
What was it?
What was it?
We had a good one.
And it wasn't For Your Eyes Only because that was too easy. That's what we said.
Yeah.
And it wasn't... it was Kevin Bacon, I think.
Kevin Bacon!
The Hollow Man himself.
Hollow Man himself, yes.
With a hollow heart.
A hollow heart.
I actually like Kevin Bacon.
Me too, I really like him.
I do.
But we're giving him a Skunk for Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Because he's an evil man.
He's such a creep in it. I kind of love how creepy he is because he's kind of like what every guy thinks in their head. Oh, if I was invisible,
he literally does
I'd be in the women's changing rooms. I think that's what they're kind of saying. And I'm like...
Yeah.
It's not... untrue.
No, it's yeah. They really lean into the creep in the Hollow Man thing. Anyway,
it's kind of like some of the first things I would think of doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would definitely execute those.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would touch.
Yeah.
I want to think. I hope I wouldn't touch. You know. I don't trust myself. I don't have this ability.
Again, invisibility, a very kind of power. You know
it's a
what I'm
creepy
saying?
power.
It's a creepy power.
It's a creepy power, and I think I would do a few creepy things. I'm sorry to say.
I hate to say it, but I agree with you. I think you would do some creepy things.
And someone would be like, "Where is that semen coming from?"
A lot of heavy breathing.
The panting, yeah.
Someone's like taking a shower and just,
you can see her hair moving from the breath behind her.
Breath on the condensation. You're like, pay no attention to the wet meat slapping sounds. I was like,
we didn't need that. We didn't need that. The listeners definitely didn't need that.
Listen, they needed it. They needed it. Yeah, they needed it.
They got it.
They got it. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Shame on you, Bacon.
Yeah. Shame on you for being Hollow Man, even though it's a great performance. Yeah. Okay. So thank you everyone for listening to Straight to Series episode 38.
We'll be back next week.
We will.
With some more Bond hotness.
Yes.
We think it's going to be a bit of a slog now, these last two movies.
Yeah, we really do.
But hey, join in. Join in the fun.
Please, yeah, join in the fun.
And let us know what you think of the movies as well.
Join in the pain.
Do you agree that Moonraker is great? Because clearly Rotten Tomatoes doesn't.
Yeah. So we want to know if we're just weird or if Rotten Tomatoes is wrong.
Yeah.
And I hope Rotten Tomatoes is wrong. Right. Catch you guys next time.
Yeah, see you next time.
Peace out. And don't be discouraged by the Batman thing. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Will it?
It'll be fine.
Q-tips.
It'll be fine.